Hello class, today we're going to be talking about parallel lines just one last time. For those of you who were confused about the work that was done yesterday, I know that I probably went just a little bit quicker than I actually anticipated. So I just wanted to make sure that whatever that I give you guys for today, you guys will be able to do without any trouble. And if the video didn't fully explain, um, all the concepts that you needed, then my apologies. But today I wanted to make sure that when I give you a slope and I give you a point, that you guys are all able to find out the equation of a parallel line. So let's get started. So yesterday we have done questions like these. Now, if we are given a point and we're given an equation, we need to look at what we need in order to make the parallel line equation. So first of all, it says the equation is y is equal to 1/3 x plus 3. Okay. Now here, that is the equation that you're going to try to make parallel lines to, which means the only thing that you're going to get out from this equation, that you, no matter what type of equations that you get, if it's parallel, you only just want to take away the slope. So you're literally just taking this away, okay, from the first equation, and the rest of it you're disregarding it because you do not need it whatsoever. Okay, the only thing that you would need is the slope. So then my second equation that I'm going to try to create, well, that also needs to be in the format of y equals mx plus b. And so the slope is just going to be 1/3. But the rest of it comes with it. M, which is your slope, is the only thing that's going to be consistent with this first equation that we have just found out. So 1/3 x plus 3, and the second equation is also going to contain 1/3 x. Now the only thing that's really missing is the value of b, which we call the y-intercept. So we need to be looking for that. And that is the part in which I feel that a lot of the students were not really getting. So here's what's really happening. The slope is 1/3 x, but the point is 2 comma 0 that's given to us in the very beginning. So what do we do next? Is that we use this equation. I'm going to erase the rest of it. We want to use this equation and literally just take this coordinate, which is at 2 comma 0, and plug it into x and y. Because if you plug in the point, then you get 0 is equal to 1/3 times 2 plus b. Then you really get just b by itself. Now, if you are confused about how to multiply a fraction with a number, well, here's how you do it. Now, I'm going to zoom into this part. So I want to multiply 1/3 with 2. I always strongly recommend you to just leave this 2 with a value of 1 over it. So what we get is a fraction multiplied by another fraction. So when you multiply two fractions together, what you want to do is you want to take the top number and multiply them, which will get you 1 times 2. And you want to take these bottom two numbers and you multiply them and you get 3 times 1. And that will end up being 2 over 3. Okay, so that's how you would multiply the fractions. So if I were to just rewrite this whole thing, I get 0 is equal to 2 over 3 plus b, because that's what this is going to give me. And then I want to get b by itself, so then all I got to do is just subtract 2 over 3 on both ends of the equation. And what that's going to give me is that b is equal to negative 2 over 3. Okay, so you plug it back in to solve for b. Now then, all you got to do is, because what we are looking for are the equation of the parallel line, you just want to plug b value back into the equation and say, my final answer is y equals 1/3 x minus 2 over 3. And that's it. So now if you wanted to verify your answers, just to see what I'm talking about, just please go to Desmos for me. And what's going to happen here is that you will see how graphing those two lines in which what you have just did will look parallel, and one of the points will definitely go through 2, 0. So the first equation that we have just got was 1 over 3x. I move this space over, and then I'm going to type in x. And then my y-intercept for the first one, let's see, I believe it was plus 3. So that's my equation of 1/3 x plus 3. Now plot the second equation, 1 divided by 3 x, and then I believe it was minus 2 divided by 3. Alright, so that's my second equation. Notice how these blue and red line looks very parallel to each other, okay? So this is like your railroad. And notice the blue line that we just had goes through 2, 0, in which that's what we wanted, right? So we can clearly see that happening. So therefore, I know that this equation is correct. This is how you would verify your answer, okay? Now the technical aspect of it, in which what we just did, was to always take away the slope from the equation, okay, and write that as here, and then plug in the point to solve for the equation there. Of course, for me to just keep on talking to you about this is not going to help, so let's try the second question. Now this time, at this particular moment, please pause the video, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to try this question on your own, and then I would like you to verify your answer. Okay, so now I'm assuming that you have it. Now parallel to y is equal to 3x plus 2. So I want to make sure that my slope is going to be 3. Because that is a takeaway. That is the only thing you take away from this equation. Disregard the y, the x, and the 2. You're only focusing on the slope. Then you're looking for the equation that goes through 2, negative 4. So let's write y is equal to mx plus b. This is going to be your slope m, the 2 is going to be your x, and negative 4 is going to be your y. So let's plug everything in. Negative 4, because that's your y value, is equal to the slope of 3 times positive 2 of x plus b. Negative 4 is equal to, well, I believe everyone can do 3 times 2, which is 6, plus b. Subtract 6 on both ends like this, because I want to get rid of the 6 and get it to the other side, so I get my b value to easily equal negative 10. Now I'm not quite done here because I have to plug this back into the equation and say my final answer is y is equal to 3x minus 10. So the way that I get this equation is you leave your x and y alone, leave them as letters. The only thing that you're going to be plugging in is the slope and the y-intercept. So let's verify if these two answers are going to be correct. So 3x plus 2, 3x minus 10 on your Desmos. And turn these two things off. So 3x plus 2. And then 3x minus 10. Oh. There we go. Now the point that we wanted this thing to go at was 2, negative 4. So the second line, which is 3x minus 10, this line here is this line that you see right here. And you can see how 2, negative 4, it clearly goes through that point. And it's also parallel to the green line. This is how you verify the answer. Okay, so today you guys are just going to do practicing for parallel lines just one more time, and then I'm going to give you perpendicular lines once everybody is okay with parallel lines. Tomorrow will be perpendicular lines, and it's really not that much. You're going to have to do a little bit more work, but not that much. Okay, all right, thank you, and once again, work on parallel lines for today. All right, thanks and have a good day.